Just when you thought it was actually cool by the pool, then you get dropped at the last minute.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do the podcast at midnight so we've got more bandwidth. Because like everybody's on the internet right now. Kids are doing their homework and the podcast goes on.
Netflix is running hard.
Netflix and chill.
Anyway,
Hotbox and chill.
Big up to the guys in the corner. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for getting that shit together.
Yeah, no, they resuscitated us, yeah, hey. Folks, welcome to the Hotbox podcast. Tonight we'll be talking length dank with myself, Buzz, Darryl, Dan, and Jules.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Darryl, thanks for coming, dude. Thanks for taking this all seriously.
Pleasure.
For those of you who don't know, Darryl's the lead man for Silvablack and the Midnight, and they played for the first time on the D.Day 420 stage this year, and yes, you had a couple of tough acts to follow, as I recall.
Definitely.
So you gave it your best shot after those dudes.
Well, they're very good artists. Like as artists, they speak kind of what you guys do, I would think, in the sense of.
I've watched a bit of shock and horror on some white people's faces sometimes as to they get the bottom end of the message in the end. Oh, hang on a minute, do I agree with this? I mean, it's like directed at me as a white person, but that's what the whole thing's about.
Yeah, I watched them in Victoria, and you should have seen all those Afrikaners go from smile to upside down quickly when they spoil up the message. Because they say, BCUC says. But anyway, this isn't about the BCUC. This is about...
Big up for coming.
No, they do rock, but D-Day. Guys, we've got lots of herb on the table tonight. Dan, will you take us through what we've got going on here?
Yes, we have got tonight. Where's that jar? Okay, we got some Hawaiian snow.
Yeah, Hawaiian snow is great. It's like the beauty of that is it's old now. It's a really matured bud. It's outdoor, but it's just really complex and lekker.
It must be close to a year's worth of curing that time.
Pretty much,
Jeez. That's quite
it's quite a thing that you.
Quite a thing to be able to hold back.
But you know what? They were just. We thought they were going to grow to like a meter, and they didn't. They just really kept going and going and going, and that was the mark of the plant. And so, it's like the private bin reserve of. It's akin to having a wine cellar, really.
It is.
Keeping a piece of weed for a year is like nothing. Imagine if you could pull out a 5-year-old skunk or something. Everyone gathers round the bag.
No, dude, you don't keep it for 5 years in a bag. This is a pop suck. A bag's like pop suck. Suspend.
Pop suck weed. Pop suck weed.
What do we got? This is some nice, very good-looking indoor. It's called White Trash.
White Trash? Where do the names come from? Oh no, that is trash.
It's got a bit of... What's the smell you're getting there?
Dumpster.
Dumpster. What smell are you getting there without even reading the label?
Yes, that's
maybe like a bit of cheese or...
Yeah, no, it's very... It's a bit of a... It's a very pungent smeller. It's very... Give it a squeeze.
I'm definitely going to roll one of these.
Yeah, definitely. What's that? What does it say it is? It's a Appalachian Thunderfuck Rockstar Cheese number 4.
Okay, there's the cheese, you're right.
Yeah, that's good.
And the Thunderfuck 2 years ago in Joburg was going at $230 a gram.
Okay, so that's a well-known.
So
I remember that stuff actually.
Remember that stuff?
It knocked me off my feet. It really was good.
You remember the stuff we had last week? That the nug of nugs. What was it called? It was the cookies. Cookies Kush.
Yes.
The one from last week.
No. Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
It was so good we couldn't even wait to keep it to show you pictures of
really,
it.
Doesn't work. You got to send enough to keep us going for the week until then.
I actually kept a nug.
What else we got there?
We got some kip in the house, I think. Some dads.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we got so much. Father Kush.
That's like
dry
a really nice looking piece of shake. Yeah.
So that's like trichomes. Just trichomes.
Yeah, it's the outer layer of the.
It's not like a 99.99 6-star. It's just some.
Yeah, no, that would do well. So what do? Just sprinkle that on some really high grade or
put
something.
On top of your bombs,
and then roll it in some of this shit.
There we go. Put
and then
joints.
drip some BHO on it.
Anyway,
with the 6-star, I'm getting such bad reverb, yokes. It's hectic.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Yeah, well, just let them know. It sounds like it's echoing through this thing.
Maybe it's coming through the dab rig.
6-star, you can put on a rig and it literally melts there.
Full melt.
Full melt. There we go.
Star.
It's called 6-star full melt. Exactly.
Yeah, is that full melt?
It's literally 99.99999.
Trichomes though.
Trichomes. Trichomes. Just trichomes. No, and more like just the heads.
So now,
not even the stalk.
You know, like when they're making kif in the movies in documentaries in Morocco, and they keep the plant, they bundle it up, and they keep it intact. and leave it there till it goes absolutely bone dry. Then they put it in a bag and beat the shit out of it, and then they put it through a sieve. Is that?
No. This is way more refined than that.
More refined.
So what they're doing there is they're getting it off, but a lot of plant matter there, and they're making it into balls, charos balls, and they're making hash out of that.
All right.
This, you're taking this and putting it over a screen that's got a very, very small diameter that just allows just the trichrome head to fall through.
What is the size of that screen? 120 or something?
But from 40 up to 100 and 220.
Because I always remember somebody was Strain Hunter Simon. He used to run this stuff through a 45 screen.
That gets the smallest heads, exactly.
Well, it turned you into a zombie. We used to call it zombie hash.
Yeah.
Because it just fucking...
It's pure. It's very clean. There's no plant matter. There's no nothing. So this is like we're going as a solventless extract.
Cool. And then we've got some glass on the table today as well. Some new glass in there. I think 3 pieces.
We've got 3 pieces,
well,
actually.
You're the glass man.
This one here I have to show you first because this is a Starbuds Dabbuccino.
I love that.
And I can't believe that we've actually got one of these. Because I saw it in Amsterdam a few weeks ago. And Myrtle and I said, fuck, that'd be cool for the collection. It's a THC number online. And that is really, really cool. I've never seen it before. So you can do that and transport it. And it's solid. It's like, you know what I mean? It's not a lightweight thing.
It doesn't feel like it's breaking.
So it's way up here with water. That's the other good thing about it. You can pile water into it, so you get a good backdraft. And the reason I put this drop down on it is because basically I can't see anything if it's up here because these glasses make me kind of cross. There's 3 nails by the time I see my little finger. So I put a drop down on it, and the drop down can go on absolutely everything. As Buzz says, it's my Lego. So I'll do that little number in a minute, and I've never ever actually seen this in my life. I like the gooseneck of the... Shit, I thought that was hot then. Why did I think that was hot? Let me try this. There are some dabs in the house. This is pomegranate, probably. Pomegranate Kush.
Yes, that's what it probably is.
Pommy Kush, eh?
Pommy Kush. And this thing here, this bowl of this, I don't think I've ever smelt anything quite like this. I don't know, there's something particular. Let me just take a chunk of that before you pass.
And we got this little...
The world's smallest... Wait, let's do this like Jeremy Clarkson. The smallest bong in the world.
World. Put it there in front of that camera there. That's the only way you get justice.
Yeah,
it's the height of a lighter, Oaks. And Dan reckons he's going to dab on this tonight. Seeing is believing.
We're going to dab this thing.
This is hard. This is incredible. The smell is...
Are you eating it?
Else. No.
Whoa! Well, there's the thing. There's a center of gravity issue.
There we go. You got to turn that around there. Send it to you. Now imagine trying hitting that.
Fuck, I haven't got a torch here.
You did right, yeah.
Oh, there is one.
Just don't set the dads on fire. So, Oaks, I think let's get into the news. The biggest story of the week, especially locally, was, and this was everywhere. This was like on every news platform and that. But a Tunes medical cannabis dispensary in Durban. And this one I'm reading from is News 24. Tunes Durban North now hosts the first medicinal cannabis dispensary in Africa. Weekend Witness can reveal that the Dagga dispensary is the first of its kind on the continent. But don't expect to buy any cannabis buds at the holistic relief, wellness and pain management center. Instead, a doctor, chiropractor, or traditional healer will consult and prescribe different strengths of oils infused with cannabis and, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Ayurvedic ingredients to their patients. And then it goes on to speak about Krithi Thaver, for those who don't know. He's involved with, cannabisculture.co.za, CDCSA, and this oak's been hitting the ground hard for a while, preaching the gospel down and out Durban, dude.
Yeah, Krithi's a good man. I met him quite a while ago, and every time I met him, he's come up with another project. And how he started off with activism was taking the message of cannabis back to his Hindu community. He's Indian, and he's Chatsworth, and he comes from the community that have forgotten the history that Hindus have with this sacrament, because it was them that was first criminalized for using it, and that's why we're in the state we're in now, because in the 1880s, when they all came over as slave labor, basically, they weren't allowed to use that sacrament. And so he teaches that back into his community. That's what he was doing when he first came along. And then he's very big on he's a sort of trade unionist, and he's all for the worker as well. So now he's part of the indigenous knowledge systems. There's a bit of Dagga in there somewhere. So he's pulling in on traditional healer influences, and pretty much the headline tuned him. It actually sealed his fate, because the headline isn't what happened, as usual. Medical weed legalized, blah blah, first dispensary. That wasn't quite right.
So that's not really the case.
No, the case is that he's basically he sells CBD, and to be able to do that, he has to have doctors who can prescribe it, because it's a scheduled drug now.
Okay.
And so that's what he's got. And they are fully involved, and they've been overseas, and they've trained, and they know all about CBD and, as you say, Ayurvedic. So it's not the first medical weed thing. I had a conversation with them on the phone
You're saying you
yesterday.
spoke to him. I don't know. Should we take a shot at see if this will play? Or
Technical?
hey? Should we take a swing? And if it bombs, I'm sure you guys at home will tell us all if it bombs. But if it doesn't, I think Jules will give us a recap. Let's see if we can get
what
first
really
pass.
frustrates me is all the
I'm sure,
call it snake oil that people are serving, and people are doing more harm than good to people. I just wanted to sort of be able to, in one environment, incorporate medical professionals that want to be able to get involved in the industry, to take this whole thing forward, government, and, although we're part of the CDCSA, I'm just tired of waiting, the law, rationally, logically, scientifically, a decision just needs to be made to the people of South Africa, and that's the bottom line. So if I get arrested for it, fuck it, I don't care. There's no THC on the premises, but we got CBD oils, and we've got
Right.
tincture that we made up. Yeah.
Me and my partner Myrtle are big fans of THC. Where does that leave us with our kind of healing? If I walked through your door to your medical dispensary, you couldn't get me stoned, could you?
No, I couldn't get you stoned.
So,
Yes.
but you, I know you.
Yes, and what we've also done is we've worked with the local authorities here in terms of not authorities, the communities. Like we've got the leader of the IS community in KZN, and I went to the local authorities to explain to them that this is what we're doing, and the rest of herbal medication, because we've also got a Zulu traditional healer, it's a non-spiritual healer that's in the doctor room with the doctors, and he's dispensing our cannabis-based medicines as well, and we've got like a little training program we've got from the US in terms of compounds in the plants for conditions treatable that we are using as a form of measure for sort of dosing patients that are suffering with different conditions, if I can say.
It seems to me that anybody could do this.
Yes.
Right.
Anybody can.
Pilot project. I hope the cops stay away, and please don't pay them off like other organisations do out there on the street.
They came through yesterday.
Did they? Okay.
Yes, they did.
No, hang on.
They called a meeting me, and it's fine. I went to see the local brigadier. He asked me what's the madness about going with cannabis, and when they Google cannabis, all they find is Krithi Thaver and what is my role within the cannabis framework. And I said, I love cannabis, I'm a stoner, I use cannabis every day, but we fall within the frameworks of the law. You guys are welcome to come. In fact, why don't you come to treat yourself at the facility? So, I mean, we're not going to pay no cost. If they want to come and arrest me for doing something, they're then welcome to. Thank you so much, Jules.
See you, Krithi. Bye.
All right.
So he's completely above board with it. He's like this one-man band that's waiting for nobody, and I think it's a very localised thing within his community. And he's got people on board, and it's like KZN's becoming a lot more lax about it, because it is the mother lode of loads of growers. It's so traditional there, So you got Bobby doing his thing, and other people, and people selling online in KZN. This is just another form of activism, but he's not technically breaking any law. He's got people dishing out a Schedule 4 medicine, but he did tell me that it's all imported. Fuck.
Yeah, it's all imported. Also, I think now that, and maybe you're not, maybe you've felt this in a band context, but in a weed context, something you and I get exposed to is the arse end of it. So now the headlines out there, it means that these oaks are going to be spending every day saying, sorry, I don't have THC. Sorry,
Well, they have to.
because that's what people are going to ask for. People are, everything that they're going to get now is going to be, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. Because also people don't just want CBD anymore.
Well, 5 years ago, nobody knew they wanted CBD.
It hasn't even become
10
a thing
years
yet.
ago, nobody really knew what it was. They still don't know what THC
It's
is.
literally just still doing this. They
The
don't know.
word's just getting
What
around
he's doing
now.
is
It's
great
like
because
this.
what that's going to do is people are going to come in and going to say, I want THC. They say, sorry, you can't get. Well, what are you doing? Well, we sell CBD. Oh, what's CBD? It comes from the cannabis plant. What? Oh, and then eventually they're going to start educating people that just simply think that the plant is simply to get you stoned. But other people are going to come in there and use it holistically and actually get healed and actually use it to a benefit. And I think it's great. I think it's
Daryl, don't you think the
good for him.
THC is part of the healing brew? The THC,
like I say,
you got to
for
have the
me,
THC
I
there to
agree.
be
The
the.
CBD is like a new word for me. Even if I've been smoking for many years, that word is still very
there's
new.
the product
to
on the
me.
screen
So I
now,
get
actually.
to
It's
go-
with where he's got the CBD
Yeah,
product.
the Shakti, the oral spray, and I mean we've all seen it work. Today, Tony Budden with the CBD spray, the
Yes,
Concord with the lady.
Yeah,
who-
no one disputes, but I think it's so one-dimensional.
Now the CBD
In terms
doesn't.
of
It just goes to show what the illegal bit is about the plant.
CBD is non-alcoholic bud,
So basically, there's no psychoactive substance.
Yeah, but if you now show that
CBD.
pretty much.
you now show the masses that don't know this, they don't understand that the cannabis plant can even do that. And I agree that you need them together to make it work. Together with your terpene profile is the most beneficial way to consume cannabis. But to show people that were ignorant when they were, or they are ignorant now, and they can actually walk into a store that is advertising cannabis there,
Yeah.
and they don't have to be worried that they're going to, or not even worried, they just have to get educated. Once they get educated about having, or being able to get CBD out of the plant, or what CBD is, I think then it's a good start. Because then they'll then say, well, look, this plant is not that bad. Why is the government so against it? And they could probably then bring in more activism, sign the petition, come to the marches, become more
Get
out
active.
there.
Get active.
Get these
Get
communities that are in the small areas more into this activism and saying that they want it around, or voicing their opinion.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing, and also, as we're seeing this, you said it earlier, so I don't know if you've heard of Bobby Greenash. For you oaks who don't know at home,
No.
Bobby Greenash is actually, for me, the first dispensary in Africa, because this oak's
Yeah,
been very
yeah.
publicly dealing and had an office, and
In South
giving a
Africa?
lot back in South Africa for like the last 2-3 years.
Okay.
So, I don't know, but, well, we all now going to be like,
I think he's been.
for
I think
my-
he's been completely crucified online unnecessarily. We haven't had an opinion
Who,
about
Krithi?
it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone. How the fuck could he
Wow.
get a license and bullshit this? And he must know someone. He's got an uncle in the furniture business. Oh, I cry foul. Oh, jealousy, fucking Mr. Bug.
That's all
What-
it is. There we go.
it's just so we.
Hating. It's
You know
jealous
what?
of all
I'm
people,
so
yeah,
busy
jealous.
on doing really, really adult shit that I can't be bothered with those threads. But I check it out and see just the figures. And the last thread I saw had over 200 what the fucks on it. And I actually rang him up a few days after this broke and said, Krithi, can I have this for the record? Because you can trust me with the information. I just want to set the record straight because I know you're a good man. I don't believe a word of this shit that you paid or got a fucking license. He hasn't got a license for anything. You don't need a license for anything. You
Just
need
a big
doc-
set of
he's
hairy
put,
balls,
he's put
dude.
some doctors in a fucking
And he-
in an area together with rooms in a structured place that are allowed to prescribe what's behind the counter in the file.
Yeah.
That's it, and do it in.
He's
anywhere.
pretty much going about it the right way.
He read the
What they're
flipping
saying
paper. He
is-
read
Yeah,
what
no,
it says. It says do that. He did it. He said this is illegal.
So I reckon big up in the shit, and if it's as easy as that. I also said to him that we just came back from Vienna, and all of Austria is CBD crazy.
Okay.
Everywhere you go, there's the weed leaf, and there's department stores of weed leafness, but there's no
Only
THC
CBD.
in it. It's all CBD and books on growing, books on being stoned, how to get stoned.
So
And
it's
behind
not-
glass are clones of THC that you can take home and grow, but there's no trade in it, and you can use it at home. But
So in Vienna, you can at home.
so in
grow
Vienna,
your
you
own
can
little-
grow your own THC at
Okay,
home and consume
okay.
it at home and in designated other people's public places, some hotel rooms and some 420 friendly places. But it's basically a CBD society. and it's fucking crazy what's on the shelves. I mean, you can't believe how many cosmetics, and it's not just CBD flavored soap. It's flavored with orchids or pomegranates or this or that. There's like 20 of them. It's big business. Yeah, and all it does is it's normalizing the plant, but you can't walk in there and alter your consciousness, which just goes to show what is the illegal part of all of this.
Yeah, but now check now, dude. Oaks are also getting so CBD before and up their own wall about it that that they're now saying, check me on my CBD horse and fuck your THC peasants down there. Because there are people now starting to say, like, listen here, CBD and him actually aren't related to cannabis. They're like very distant cousins. We've only met once at the auntie's funeral or some shit. And they're trying to like separate this. But this isn't oil and water. Cannabis and THC and CBD aren't oil and water. They're like, they are the same thing.
That's right. No,
they're
CBD, family, all right.
THC, they're all the same. A dog is a dog. Yeah, it's a Jack Russell, it's a this, it's a dog.
But do you really get that kind of classes in between, like
it's
THC
starting.
And CBD now?
There's a lot of there's a lot of stigma about being stoned. They want to get stoned. So I don't want to be stoned, but I want my backache to go, and I want to get off my sleeping tablets, and I want to get rid of the brain cancer, and I want to do
another stigma with being stoned and CBD.
So, but I don't want to be stoned because I have to operate. But I contend that anybody on earth takes the oil for 28 days, you won't even notice. Do you notice? I don't know what it's like not to be stoned. You know what I mean?
We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
So, we have people come to us at, say, at D.Day saying, I don't want to be stoned, but I just want to get into the plant and use it, and I know it'll be beneficial, but I don't want to be stoned, and they're transfixed.
They can eat our pussy.
Yeah, so
but now what is that? Is that the stigma that is attached to that? You're being stoned, like you're.
I'll never come back. People will disown me. I'll lose my job. Oh, my kids will go. I'll go crazy. Okay. You know, and they read the Daily Mail long enough. Some people would actually believe that. The propaganda's been almighty. You know, some people have never unseen the very first headline, Dagga is Dagga in this country. And that is like the national anthem for a whole generation. And one of the most poignant emails Myrtle ever got, not so long ago, a woman said, I can't believe I'm looking for the same stuff I told my kids to stay away from all of their lives. She's now looking for weed oil, but don't you get hold of that Dagga. But now, fuck, she needs Dagga. And it's like she's been lied to, and it pisses people off when they realise they've been hoodwinked like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
No, but we know, folks, it's all about the
headlines. Well, here's the museum of how crazy this shit is, you know.
Next story of the week, though. This is a bit of a story mashed up with Rate My Grow.
Rate My Grow.
Rate My Grow.
So
we need a jingle.
We need a jingle.
We need a jingle.
But guys, got to have some sound effects there. I don't know. I don't know what am I supposed to.
It's like if we told you what it was, basically. We're having a laugh at someone's misfortune because now we're going to show everyone the police pictures of the bust, and we rate the plants, the material, what we can see in the background of how the lab was or what nutrients he used. And so
okay, what we'll do is if we see that, if I come up with something, I'll even maybe say something.
Yeah, look, we get it on.
Okay, cool. So let me give you the blurb first. This was all over. The one I'm reading is from the North Coast Courier.
Shit, I can't even see that far.
I don't worry, we'll look on the phone now.
Cool.
Let me get the boring shit out the way. So it's titled Doringkop Dagga Plantation Exposed. The Dagga was reportedly planted, harvested and processed in the house before being exported to other countries. And it goes on to say, police uncovered 3 tunnels of Dagga plantations to the value of about 2 million. In a house on Langersbosch Farm in Doringkop earlier today. The cops also found fertilizers, incubators, and sift seedlings. I don't know what a sift seedling is.
I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's seedling hash. I don't know. And then it goes on and on and on. And what was very interesting, those who care to go look at the thing, look at the article. Someone holds up a phone to this cop, and he says, "Can I have your comment, please, about this bust?" So this noob reporter. And the cop cuts to perfect anchor, man. He Will Ferrell's the shit out of this. And he's like, this is Officer Wakabela reporting from wherever today. And we've got this bust here, and they had the hydroponic. It was.
It had all the
perfect.
buzzwords, hydroponic, laboratory, the fucking whole thing,
Yeah.
and it was like you could almost imagine a green screen. The guy hadn't left Sasani Studios on fucking, down Louis Border Avenue, and they just put the bus behind it. It was bizarre because he was so well manicured.
Yeah, and he was so well spoken.
But I didn't know that
Yeah.
cops could have
Yeah.
like a, what do you call it, bokkie?
Goatee. A goatee.
I don't think I didn't know a cop could have a beard.
Clean.
I thought all cops had to be clean shaven in South Africa.
Yeah. Looks very
Actually,
pretty.
Well
I've
bred.
never seen a cop with a beard.
Towering.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's any cops watching, we'd really like to know what the rules are about cops and beards, because the guy on the video at the bottom of this article here that you can see now he just doesn't really look like a cop. He's too smooth. It's like the ETV guy got some fancy dress.
You know what I think happened? He was probably involved with the grow, and part of his escape plan was to have a cop uniform. When the cops busted him, he could just mingle with him, and he accidentally did his own interview about his own busting there. But let's get down to brass tacks with the situation. So from what they said, there was some indoor, but from the pictures we can see it looks like outdoor. A little bit on their stoop.
There's the
But
dude
some
there
good
now.
shit
Yeah,
in
there
the
is.
garden, hey?
There's some really dark
garden plant
looking
looked nice,
things.
looked nice
Yeah.
and big, nice and
Yeah,
big,
some
thick.
big plants there. Some nice big green
So-
plants. Look healthy. Very healthy.
And this was today. This week.
This week, toward the middle of the week, but I read the backstory to it and got to the what happened next. And on the thread that I saw, people know the people who got busted, and they were actually growing it for the horse community in the Midlands, which I can completely agree with. Yeah, a couple of nods going around the place.
I don't know. That meat looks too dang for horses. I'm sorry, it's sacrilege.
Well,
That
horses.
looks like
What
it
do
was
they do
going to
with the
be
horses
some nice
with it?
stuff.
Oh, make tinctures, but
Everything.
horses and
Animals.
weed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most animals,
Like
mostly. Yeah.
homeopathy. It
All
works really
the
well
dogs,
with
all the
very
dogs chow
Okay.
it, and
Okay.
big time. They know that it's got something in it.
It's amplified with animals almost.
Ah.
If you take a small amount for you, it works for them really.
Yeah, I
really
heard
well.
to stay away from it, like keep Margarine away from my dog or something, because if they eat it, they can
Yeah,
actually.
look, it's too much
But I didn't
is.
know it was actually medicine for them like that.
This dude down here with his arthritis, we give him oil every single day of his life on a biscuit in the morning, and it's not an exact science. And if it's too much, he just like stares at the skirting. He stares at the skirting board this far from the skirting board for like 7 hours.
Interesting.
So I reckon it works pretty good with the pets in a thunderstorm. They all freak.
Calms them
Yes.
down.
But you know what? It
100%.
takes quite a long time to kick in.
Yeah,
But
you've got to try and
you've got to
anticipate
try
it,
and preempt it.
Okay.
Well, they do. They hear the thunderstorm before. I don't know what the fuck this has got to do with the podcast. Anyway,
I've got a punchline here. So you know how they say dogs, like for every human year it's 7 years. So do you think for every
The
hour
dose.
of a trip for a dog it's
Yeah.
7 hours?
Day for them.
So it's like a week-long trip. It's like,
all four paws
Yeah,
going
when
like this.
Rigor mortis kicks
and they're
in.
just shooting short-lived. So if we rate the dogs grow, let's keep in mind, I'm not looking so much at those plants that were on the stoop, because I think that was the first effort. But those plants that were in the ground, I'm going to give this for an outdoor with a bit of shade. I'll give that an 8 out of 10.
Do you reckon those ones on the stoop are probably cloning?
I don't know.
No, those are flowering
There,
plants.
that
Those
like
are in latent flower. You can see
lived in that pot.
they're fading out. So yeah, I think he's doing pretty well for them. They're not looking bad, honestly.
No, that outdoor
They're
was
decent
looking
size. They're
The Zululand, yeah.
so those ones there, but the other ones in the tunnel, that there looks really good.
What do you give them out of 10, dude?
I give them like an 8.5. Really.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, yeah, you can improve the flowering pots. There's a whole lot more we can do there. But that greenhouse that they've got
Do you
there,
think they got surprised that they were actually that big in the end? It's looking
Yes.
pretty packed in
Yeah.
there. They could have
You could see that they
been given a bit more room, but you never really.
but you can see they were hidden. They were boxed in.
It was a snitch on your neighbour.
Yeah,
Right? It was a complete
So what
and
happened
utter
then?
snitch on your neighbour. And this guy here with the bookies saying, and after police work and intensive investigation, fuck, they got a phone call these
Yeah,
days.
man, and they say it's for export. That's bullshit, though. We know
Yeah.
that. If you were to give it a score out of 10, that grows.
Well, shit, it looks good, but the policeman's interview was pretty much better. But I don't know. I would be. You guys get all this shit. If I was in an enclosure like that, and to me they look like indica kind of plants. The leaves look fair, and my assumption with indica is like shit. That looks like I could get lost in there. So I would, maybe I would have to go the same along the lines of you guys. When I'm smoking with you guys, I would think maybe an 8 out of 10.
8's all round,
Yeah, 8's all round. They're pretty good.
Unfortunate for them. It's really unfortunate for them.
Do you reckon they need to know? That they already waste enough man hours and money on all of this shit. What if we told them that all you had to do is get the plants out of the soil and chop them in 3 pieces and leave them there for everyone else to tidy up? What's with all the backies and the Caspers and shit and forcing all of this stuff inside? Because none of that looked particularly ready. It had a while to go because it's under heavy shade. It's not getting full on. It's not actually 100%.
It's not even active.
Light,
except for CBD.
It's not even active, right? So it's easy to trash that plant.
Maybe
we know?
I think maybe there is. I'm not saying bad cops. I know there's good cops. All multi-dimensional and that. But maybe the cops were timing it for the harvest, and they were just premature. Because maybe there are some cops who actually wait till they know it's right, and then they come.
Oh, hell! Since time began.
Believable, definitely, of course.
Yeah.
The sheriff of Nottingham. What's the sheriff of?
Yeah.
Sherwood Forest. Some shit.
Yeah,
dude,
Robin Hood.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Go and sell to the poor. Rob from the rich and sell to the poor.
Not Robin Hood, the bad guy, the sheriff. The tax.
Yeah, Sheriff of Nottingham.
It's my tax, it's my cut. Maybe that shit even finds its way to the street.
And there starts capitalism.
Yeah, dude. Everyone gets their cut, but it does suck.
But generally, the only way that's going to happen is someone, like you're saying, a snitch, someone snitching on someone.
It was, and I think it's quite a vindictive thing, but it's human nature all the way. If somebody's dishing out some plant to the horses, I can only write the script 100 times as to what it could have been. Some neighbour got pissed off with another neighbour. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if who snitched on who was another oil maker, for Christ's sake, or something.
Competition.
Totally, dude. It's like that. It's a
shit. That's going to be the next
step. Hemp will save the world. Hemp will save the world. Yeah, right.
That already happened. But let's get on to something a bit more light-hearted. So this story was also all over.
Viva technology, viva.
I'm gonna ride it with that new podcast, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear the banging?
Like a helicopter in Vietnam.
And I noticed when I was pulling on it, it's got like a V8ness to it. The way it pulls, it's like.
It's the first time I've heard a banger bang. That's what
banger bang.
A banger bang.
Yeah, dude.
Is that a noun or a proverb?
I don't know, dude.
That's a hell of a tasty thing. Is that you? You brought that.
Yeah.
Now, what is that dab we got over there, gentlemen?
I don't know. It tastes really fruity. It's like it's like nachos or something.
Yes.
It's really
well done.
Nachos.
Got it in one.
Well done. You got that like it's got that
terpene
tang,
king
like
of the
a
hotbox.
nachi. Like if you think of nachi, you can
Nachi.
Not THC.
Not THC. Actually, I need more.
I think you're onto something. Let's do. Have you got any of those not THCs?
Not THCs.
Not THCs. That's a really good name for a medical company, really.
Well, we'll name it one of our strains when the day
comes. You know, like where you get the archetypal piece of citrus fruit with the 2 little leaves coming off the tree with the twig, to create the thing that it actually came from a fucking tree. It's got leaves on it,
Yeah, dude. It'll be a nachi with the leaves.
Nachi with the 2 little weed leaves there. Nachi HC. Write that down. Anyway, back to one.
Patent pending. Is there anything this little thing?
Dan's got the little thing with the butt plug on it.
I didn't see a fat man there. Was there a fat
man? Hell, that's quite a thing.
That's like sucking on the tailpipe, man. So we have this thing, we try and count that.
How many? That's 2. 3. Will he get to 5?
That was a fat dad.
You know what?
Heat this thing up. Heat the bottom there.
It's kind of weird that the bang is bigger than the rig.
Bang is bigger than the rig.
You got some great material here. You got some great material here for a bit of rapping.
I'm going to go back and record. Definitely.
So now, Does that plug get hot? It's hot like a nail would leave. You know when you leave it like a no.
It'll get hot where it makes contact, but not where you
So-
hold.
Hardly.
And do all of them have a hole through them?
Yeah, that's the point.
That's
But
okay.
what you can do is like a clock.
'Cause
You
I've
can
seen
dial
it.
in the airflow, like a
You can
carburetor.
turn it
You can
and you
aim
tap
at
the
the
top.
stem for airflow, and it really is the ultimate carburetor cat.
It's taken a long time because where's the? Oh, they're sitting up on there. There's. You remember those things? The original carb caps to the right of the centered piece.
That is.
Those
Oh,
carb
the
caps
little
that were on
ones.
the bottom of one of these. We've lost this one. Fuck, when they came out, here's one. When they came out, we were all going, yes, like, look at this. Now we know, we didn't even know we needed a carb cap.
Yeah.
They were invented for us.
Oh man, that was good.
And this went on the end of a nail, yeah?
Yeah.
So now, if you've got a banger,
That's the same.
this is a
Yes,
banger,
there we go,
yeah?
that's it.
So this is now
A carb
been, this has been developed as the carb cap for this.
Yeah.
And
That's
you'll
it.
see them put, like, check a YouTube video, they put a fucking dab the length of that,
Yeah.
and they pile it into there, and they
Fill it
whack
up.
this straight on top, and they kind of spin it, and let some air in, and they
Bro, I'm like a fucking Michelin man.
clutch it 6 times. But I reckon it's just CBD dabs, and nobody gets fucking.
Okay.
You know what? It can be whatever. It's the visuals
Some
of the
those
pipe
hits I see
working.
them do.
Some of the hits you see him do, if that was like 90% THC, I'd be out of the game for the day once that lot had kicked in. It would take a while for it all to kick in. Because I've taken a very high dose of dabs recently for the first time ever. I went to the edge of what I thought was just getting fucking stupid. I mean, we all did like 17 dabs each with a dabathon, like a competition. And it was pretty fucking psychedelic at the end of it. You know? It really was. You close your eyes and it was vast. It was just
Very
amazing. So if anyone says, no, it's only weed, actually it is only weed, but fuck, if you know what you're doing and you've had loads of practice like us lot, do not try this at home, folks, you know? Don't start putting whole grams in here to do a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Because you know when you do those guys that do like 50 dabs in fucking 3 minutes, whatever. 3 minutes. The first one hasn't even kicked in yet. There's a delayed reaction. So fucking
Hour, 2 hours later.
Can you imagine what the inside...
That's why you don't see 2 hours later.
Right.
That is not on
That
camera.
must be so brutal in the person's lungs.
Do you think, like, when you do that many dabs, though, because your lungs are absorbing basically the vape, but
Pass it on to crew.
oh yeah. So, like, when you do that many dabs in a row, do you think it builds up like a layer of dab varnish on the inside of your lung? And
Well,
like
oil.
a bit of a
Yeah.
coating of like.
Um,
You
Well-
can actually if you cut that open then and there, you could probably scrape the dab off the inside of his lungs. It must be that much.
reclaim.
Yeah, because if you're dabbing like five.
Well, hey, they fucking deserve all the dabs they get, these oaks.
Yeah,
Keep this up and running
they haven't
tonight.
shot all of us,
Yeah,
and
no,
us at
God.
the same time, yeah, with the fucking setup there. We're winning. But let's get on to some more news. So, when I saw this story for me was like a Dagga couple 2.0. The story goes, weed smoking duo off the hook. And this was also pretty much everywhere, but it was in the Times Live. This is a local story. Tunes 2 Eastern Cape residents who have been using Dagga for years breathed a sigh of relief after the High Court stopped their prosecution. Kaylin Austin and Darryl Clark
okay.
were charged in the East London Magistrates Court with dealing in Dagga and magic mushrooms. And it goes on to say that basically the local judge that's one long cough, man.
He's trying not to do 5. He's doing 3. Hold on, 3. Come on, get to 5.
It's definitely 3. So
Maybe I can see the layer of smoke building. Yeah, it's like there's a fire and need to start going low to the ground.
There's way over 5 here now.
Anyway, it's pretty fucking hot in here. But basically, the judge then tuned. Listen, yeah, we checked that there's that reading from K-Town.
Yeah.
We checked that there's length stays of prosecution.
Yeah.
We're not trying to go ahead. They didn't got. I don't think the charges got dropped.
No.
But they said, listen, for now, chill. We see what happens with the High Court case and that.
With the appeal in the Constitution, basically, the state's appeal to the Dennis Davis judgment. But the interesting thing was they've actually been given 60 days to give a reason why they should have a stay of prosecution for the mushrooms. They do not have a stay for anything. But at the highest level or sorry, not the highest level, in magistrates court all over the place now, people are realising that shit is about to shift. And they are at stage of prosecution by Jeremy, yeah? They're not joined the queue, they're Jeremy's, they went to Jeremy because he's more in the tune with the shrooms and Monica and stuff. So that's how it came to be. And I remember Jeremy, when he visited after 420, he spoke about this, that they're about to go into the court, and wouldn't it be super cool if they actually be able to walk away without being charged for shrooms yet? They've got this like legal loophole. It's a big thing. Because now, we've put out, over the years, we've put out so many graphs that prove that psilocybin mushrooms are the least toxic thing on the planet, really. They really are benign. They are your friend in therapy and for inner contemplation, you know. But it's a Schedule 1 drug because it gets you off on yourself.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, that's right. It alters your consciousness, so therefore it's illegal. So I think it's a major between... It's Jeremy's generic letter, yeah, the thing that he wrote to say to the High Court, listen, this is happening, that's happening, as per this, it says in the Dennis Davis judgment that you shouldn't be arresting people in the interim, and they still are, and they're not getting convictions.
Yeah, I was thinking it'll be funny though, like maybe, not putting this out there, but maybe they legalize shrooms before they legalize weed. Is that possible? Could that happen?
Want a drink?
Well, I won't be
I wouldn't be unhappy.
Yeah. It'll be like a happy in between, a very like a substantial in between to say until we sort that out. I don't know. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Next thing we're all gonna be fucking vaping shrooms.
Vaping shrooms?
Why not?
That'll make me cough more than I'm coughing right now.
No,
Anyway, so
not like taking a Denny's mushroom and dabbing. I'm saying maybe you can make concentrate that you can mix with your e-cigarette or whatever, and you can microdose all day, every day on shroom edge. Because I checked, that's a big thing, microdosing on shrooms.
we over the years smoked some shrooms. They're quite interesting smoke.
Can you smoke shrooms?
Yeah, they're quite
Yeah,
short-lived.
also
Actually,
asked, can you?
yeah, I know. Fuck, yes, you can for sure.
What do
can.
you do? You just put it in the grinder.
I remember at WOMAD one year, we trading at WOMAD in the late 90s, the Peter Gabriel concerts out at the World Music concerts out at Benoni somewhere in the late 90s, and Afro Celt Sound System and the Lighthouse and all these, and a whole bunch of 90s bands came out, and it was a big thing for South Africa. And I've absolutely no idea why I was telling you anything.
Smoking shrooms.
Oh, shrooms. So we were trading, so we had to go to the traders' enclave at night to lock all our stuff up, and that's where we lived, and the showgrounds were empty kind of thing. And the very next morning, the first thing I did was roll this bat full of weed and really fine powder shrooms. Rolled it up in a long blade, stoked it up like a slow boat, and passed it round to everybody that was outside. And it had a profound effect on all of us. I didn't realise how fucking potent it would be. It was instant trip, and it really fucked people up, actually, because they didn't realise there was the shrooms in it, and I was already on them. So
you didn't think anything of it.
I kind of trashed people a bit at a campfire. The first thing I saw when I opened the tent to get trading again with hair like this and all over the place at a festival, there's a whole bunch of people still at the fire. So I've got this thing, and I'm sure they're psychonauts. They could smell it was not just you know what I mean? It stinks.
Mushrooms smell.
It's quite difficult to keep lit, but it's a short-lived, very trippy affair. Maybe there's somebody on the live feed can corroborate it.
Yeah, I've heard of oak smoking shrooms. I've never thought so myself, but maybe when the time comes, then we're going to have to change our name to the Mushbox Podcast or some shit.
The Hot Cough Podcast. The Hot Cough Podcast.
There's another story. I don't think we need to dwell on this one too much, but it was in the Daily Mail in the UK, and it tunes cannabis oil could treat epilepsy. A landmark study reveals it can reduce the severity of fits by more than 40%. So they go on, they say CBD, but they're saying that a recent cannabis study has said that for the certain type of epilepsy, they did a double-blind test and all that, and they figured out that 40% of people who took it saw positive results. So it reduced the epilepsy by 40%.
I can believe that. Well, from what I've seen
people who
elsewhere.
tried it. This, and they say it's a very CBD dominant thing that they've, but we've always known that neurologically CBD seems to be the answer. So they said, you guys, and they tested it on people.
That's 40% is a lot.
Yeah, I gotta point something out here. When it goes into the blurb, it says technically it was 41.9%.
Oh.
But wait, I think, come on, doctors, push it a little
Come
harder.
on, 42.
42.0%.
Yeah. Maybe it was, but they couldn't because then it would be like a cooked report. You're absolutely right.
They did that.
They did that on purpose.
They did that on purpose.
I don't know. You know that big bowl of dab that they just took over there. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, I
don't know what it is. It's like, but it was a rude plant. We call it foxy because it was almost going to sprout again. It had those little foxtail things that you get all over it, like pointy bits. Yeah. So just put it in a pipe and blast it, and it's really, really floral.
Okay,
it tastes like piss.
Let's take a moment, Darryl. Let's be real for a moment.
Okay.
We're all cool here.
Yeah.
Darryl's never dabbed before.
Okay.
So we're not going to make a big deal. We're not going to do that thing where we're pushing in the deep end. But let's monitor the situation and let's see how things land at the end.
Oh my goodness.
And
is it in there?
No.
Just don't touch the hot thing. That's the only
I just smoke. I'm just going to smoke.
Yeah, no, you just
you can handle it like a dabbuccino.
You pick it up and hold
and
it.
You tap out when you want to, and it's going to hit you in a spot, and we're going to count the cops.
Okay.
Don't be sad.
Don't be sad.
I'm definitely not going to suck too hard.
No, you'll see. You'll see. It's really quick. It's really
perfect
it's really cold.
I would think.
There's nothing hot about it really. It's been chilled down. It's a really nice piece of glass, and you start sucking and Dan and it's all over. There you go. You get comfy with it. Take it up. No clutch, no nothing.
Let me get in there so we can get this on. Starbuds Dabbuccino. Okay.
You go for it. Dun dun dun. Keep going. There you go. There's a dab. And now, well done, Brew. Nice piece of glass as well. It's like, you got it. Fuck. Epic. Well done, dude.
That's it.
Fucking high five. Dab virgin.
You're not like rolling on the floor like those flipping American rappers, like those rappers. It's not like.
All right, you see, I reckon it's the future cannabis. At 420, we got D.Day. We worked out we gave away between 1,600 and 2,000, mostly to first-time dabbers. We had 3 rigs, electric nails.
I saw it. I just never felt to go in there.
No, well, it's a lot of people had an epiphany. Because it is a different high, it's as high, it's in the zone. Okay. If you are creating or composing, or sitting there trying to figure out something else to rhyme that you never rhymed before or something, use this. All of us, we use it in the zone. The zone that we get in, and they're all nodding in the back. There's an IT guy, there's a grower there. There's all the people who are experts in their field know that dabs is the zone. You really can concentrate on shit.
It's different to weed. It's different.
Yeah,
it's
very
different to buds, flowers.
Very
it's
different.
The high is different.
Let's talk about dabs though, because that's our next topic.
Okay.
What is? What is?
Well, so like with weed, there's like all these myths and that.
No.
Pause.
What weed? Which myth?
But now with dabs, they're saying as well.
Yeah.
I think this is great because he's just done some fat fucking dabs.
Yeah,
this was a story in Herb.
Me.
Yeah. Jules, why do you get the dab sweats?
Dab sweats.
Dab sweats.
I've had those.
Yeah, and then they got a shot.
Oh, did we not tell you about those?
Dab sweats. It's more like addiction than anything else.
Get ready for menopause.
Oh my god, it's hectic.
Yes. It happens every now and again.
When you get greedy.
I reckon it's the mark of just really high grade, really beautifully made.
Why don't you break out into a sweat and you're like holding your shit together?
No. Well, hey, maybe. But the 3 times it happened to me was 3 times in a row at Cannabis in 2015, doing American imported dabs with Americans, and they've cleaned it up so much. There's nothing else in it but fucking THC. It's like mid-90s, and you use exactly the same amount as you would normally from this. This has got all the waxes and the terpenes and everything in it. So it was just the wrong dose. And it raises your body temperature by degrees the minute you realise, which is 4 or 5 minutes in, that, fuck, I'm getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. But that won't happen with this. This is all live runs. And so there's a lot of plant materials in it that give it the flavour and the taste and the consistency.
Very
But the American shatter they bring through is like a millimetre thick, and you can see through it. It's a piece of glass that goes...
Yeah.
And it really is high grade and edgy for me. It's not my favourite.
Too much or?
Too much. Fucking much. Yeah, but these guys, they're acclimatised because it's legal. They don't have a monkey on their back, you know.
I don't see Darryl sweating at the moment.
No, Darryl's an old dude that's been using weed a while, you know. We wouldn't, and it was. I saw this.
You guys were saying before already.
We don't need any drama.
I've never had the. I don't think I've had the experience of sitting with someone. I've smoked with him, but I don't smoke joints.
Are those paramedics outside?
Yeah,
we got that.
There's a paramedics outside.
How did it taste? How did it taste? Very nice. So, what do you in comparison to bud? Like, do you taste the fact? Can you taste that difference?
Versus bong?
A bong, yeah, there we go. Versus bong.
I'm not a big bong smoker.
No, never
purely
was.
because the bong hits me.
And bong has got that standard burnt grass almost flavour now. Now that I realise, because I used to smoke bong when I was young. Lots.
Martin Latham, lol, that's awesome. First time was on my own extract. I thought I was going to be the first person to OD on weed. Dose, setting, Martin. Yeah, so now you only do that once in your entire life. And then you realise immediately, because you're fucking intelligent, just fucking hold back on this a little bit.
Just step back, yeah.
Just step back. And one guy came to my house a couple of years back during the clip, and he'd never had a dab before. He's a big oak. And he said, Brew, is that it? No, fucking hit me up with another one. I said, hey. He said, no, hit me up.
There you go. That's it.
So I hit him up,
a lot of
and
people don't realise
he's 2 dabs down in 5 minutes, and he's as white as a sheet.
So it's that kind of thing. You got to give
let it just get in a little
Don't be clever.
5-10 minutes, and then you're in there, and it's cool.
But also they're saying in this article, they're saying that, maybe we get a bit higher than to but they're saying the biggest cause, they reckon, of the dab sweats is the cough. Because, like, my first dab, I was used to bongs at the time. I don't do that shit anymore, but I could hit bongs. And I hit my first dab, and it doesn't hit you in the same spot that a bong hits you, I found. Like, you used to the smoke and where the bong hits you, but the dab hit me like just a different frequency, and that brings on the cough. They say you cough so heavy a lot of the time that's just the result. It's like a workout and you sweat.
Bong's hot. Bongs are hot. Dabs aren't hot unless you have a hot dab.
I don't know how much I have, but it didn't feel bad.
No, you did really well. Some people don't do well on their first dab.
You owned it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's just the state of your lungs at the time also.
We're all pretty blazed now. Yeah. Maybe your dab's not going to do a hell of a lot, but I promise you, have a dabbuccino with your first cappuccino, and it's there. But it's the same as weed in the respect that if you're going to do that, you have to have a plan. You can't just do it and think, I'll have a coffee and a dab, and then what? Yeah. Because the then what is this conceptualized fucking story for the rest of the day.
That can't you sit on becomes your...
Sit down with a coffee going, right, I've got to do this building, I'll get that, and that.
Yeah, go. No, I get it.
There's always that, but first.
Yeah, that's it.
Isn't that funny that now, like, it becomes a habit? Everything, not everything, but most things you want to do, you smoke and you do it.
Because it makes everything
better. I do. At home,
in a way.
At home when I'm working on the plot and stuff. I find it really conducive to how I do things.
I've got to build the fence now on something cool. Let me have a dab or smoke a joint before, and then I'll do it. Or even go with a dab, smoke a dab, and you're on the way. Smoke a joint, you can light the joint and go and start working with the joint, and you're hanging out your mouth. But it becomes sort of habitual to smoke prior to doing something. Anything. Absolutely anything. Cooking. Smoke a joint, then cook.
Myrtle and
I'm going to smoke a joint, but first let me smoke a joint.
That's a problem. Because a joint takes
I've got one.
roll.
Oh, fuck, I've still got one
And then if you do that with dabs, you're going to be flat.
Sitting there.
You do that with dabs, geez, you're going to be sleeping.
Oh, no.
But
all catches up with us. But I think, it's also dabs, I find, yes, it's a lot stronger in its way, but it doesn't sink its claws into you. I haven't been like, I've got to go back and do that. So bad. I'm going to rob my mom's money to buy dabs.
No, none of that. That's right. That's what the perception is, like the crack of cannabis. the freebase sort of.
Yeah, I think when you see that flame,
don't worry,
it's
a gas torch, fucking hell, you know.
Glass
So
pipes. And
all this
fucking-
paraphernalia and shit, and what is that? And why is it like this? And what the fuck
Oh,
is
is this like resin? No, touch it, you're gonna die. Type stuff. No,
I guess if
no,
you don't know, it's because you don't understand it.
It's clarity
I
to me.
understand it,
It's
yeah.
actually clarity. It works out really nicely. I'm completely hooked on the shit.
Oh, when you understand.
Yeah, and I'm
what
hooked on the
actually is.
glass as well. I mean, look at the collaboration between stoners and glass blowers. Because, you know, the Chinaman does a whole load of knockoff glass and stuff. They blow glass and they don't use weed. They just look at the picture and then kind of do it one way, but they don't actually know the physics of bongology.
Work, yeah.
Oil rig,
Bongology.
oil rigology.
Oil rig.
That's why
rig
we put
technology.
in your cough,
Oil
sweat and tears. dude.
Cough, sweat, and tears.
I love
Do the time,
it.
Yeah.
so you oaks don't have to deal with the fucking grind. But now let's get on to, we're coming into land soon, but the guys have lined it up. Memes of the week.
Oh, memes of the week.
Memes of
Fuck
the
is
week.
that bad?
So we can just share this around as well. We'll try and get it up on screen though. The first one though, classic. When the US find out that there's oil on that fat blunt you just rolled.
Oh, shit.
And have you done that yet, Oaks, where you rub oil on a, I think we've all done that by now, where you rub lamp oil on a joint.
This reminds me when I was young.
We
used to roll-
when you were young.
Dude, when I was young.
Fucking hell.
When I first was
Is
smoking
that-
What were you
my...
like 5
No.
years old, baby?
Hang on, so
Yeah, totally.
they're just blunt. These are just going round and round and round at the moment, yeah? So,
Yeah, no, we'll go through them.
fuck's
Oil on the
sake.
joint. When you used to roll a joint and use the Garrick, it used to be so full of oil that you would rub it on the next joint on a cigarette.
No,
The inside,
man.
the inside.
That was back in the day when I was like
That's like
16,
saving your
17.
roaches, man.
That was
inside the road.
But
yeah,
you
man,
know
yeah.
it,
full of oil. It was the craziest thing. Yeah, there we go. We used to eat it. Also, you would. It was, and you would think that it's
I'm getting all the
disgusting,
THC,
but it's
yeah,
actually
I'm getting
what
all the
exactly.
THC,
It's
yeah.
exactly
That's
what
what I
you're
was
doing.
told. That's why I've tried it.
I get it.
It's Reclaim.
I get it.
And Reclaim has THC and CBD, CBG, CBDN, CB, all the rest
What?
of the CBs.
You mean the reclaim
Yes,
out
your
of all of
Reclaim.
this?
The Reclaim is a lot more
That's the
higher,
baloney of weed.
but it's still active.
Still active.
That baloney of weed. That's
Don't
fucking
bring baloney into
listeriosis
this.
right there. You see that?
There's
That's
listeriosis.
listeriosis.
No, come on.
Next meme. Next meme was just classic, just so you know, just a fun thing. Have you got it scrolling there, Jules? I'm just going to get back in here.
I'm not.
I've got a chair.
Shit.
You want to be healthy.
There. Yeah.
So you decide to do some push-ups. Someone kindly pointed this out to us that there was a spelling mistake in this meme, but we didn't make the meme. But it looked kind of funny.
Healthy, yeah. Push-ups. And this is my motto anyway. Nobody will know you're high as long as you're high. If you're always high, how do they know you're not high or high?
That's the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best for last. That was my favorite of
Yeah,
the week because
yeah,
if you
it's
don't
gotta
like
be-
that, I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you, Oaks. Unless you have met me in the first half an hour of my day, that is the only time I'm not high. Thereafter, it's for 24/7.
Yeah. 24/7.
No, but let's be real because it is the best part.
Ah, Christ, nobody will know you're high if you're always high. Yeah, pretty much. And guess who? Hey, Sheehan Karamitis. Remember Sheehan?
I do.
Sheehan's
shit.
on the feed for the first time.
Oh, where?
Sheehan, hello, brew.
Long time.
I can tell you a funny story about Sheehan. The first time we met Sheehan, he came with some friends to a farm to help roll joints for our 420 party, because every D-Day we give away 420 joints into the crowd. Same this year, no fucking different, you know. So he came with the crowd from the south of Joburg to roll, but him and his mate, big stoners at the time, couldn't roll. But they were on probation and they were actually at Sanka on fucking weekends because they were in Bedfordview or somewhere around where they lived, and they walked into a roadblock. They walked into a roadblock, stoners, baggy fucking stuff on, smoking a joint, straight into a metro roadblock, walking.
How do you walk in?
No,
I
come on,
know,
man.
fuck, yeah, no, fucking work that one out. So
You know what the
anyway,
Oaks are doing? They were like this on their phone with the joint. And then they walk right into the top. Yeah, man. Come on.
anyway, that was how we met Sheehan. So there is this actually a time-lapse video of him helping us to roll 420 joints, but he's actually got a Castle beer crate thing, and he spends all afternoon mauling the weed for everybody because that's the only thing he can do. He's fucking mauling the weed. Anyway, Shane, cool. Tell all your mates, because this is where we've been for 30-something episodes now. Lekker.
I'm glad you're still kicking.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen Shane for long.
A positive helper and one of the guys.
Sweet, yeah, no, he's for sure. What were you saying?
Game of the week, done. We high all the time. We agreed. High all the time. Not high all the time. High all the time. High all the time. I don't know.
When you're coming out
high all the time?
When you're coming out with all the words you're coming out with, do they come out a lot of the time spontaneously, or is it all choreographed and you've written them down tons of times?
I can do both.
Yeah, no, you can't.
The writing is a part of me.
Do you go into a zone? Do you use anything from the exterior weed? You use weed to create,
and, like sometimes psychedelics do help.
Mostly always, or
late at night. I write every night. So
do you? I suppose you have to, yeah. Because I've watched your set, which is on the DC YouTube channel. Your 30-minute slot.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks great. It sounds great.
Sound was very good.
I cannot believe how many words you can fit into one line, dude.
Yeah.
You noticed that? Fucking crams it in there.
Where can we check out more about you, Oxnade? He's got like YouTubes and Instagram.
Silvablack, I'm not gonna punch it too hard.
No, punch it.
Silvablack with an A. Silvablack with an A. One
baby.
word.
Okay.
That is basically it, and it will come up on the interweb.
And there it is.
It really is. So I could go iTunes, Spotify, but I just really enjoyed being here. But if Silvablack with an A, like that sticker,
Silvablack,
like that thing there. We live in a world now where that word had to be put next to each other because people don't. It's not one word even, So Silvablack, and the connotation being the silverback.
What's the story with the teeth? Is that wisdom teeth?
Teeth, that is the teeth. They got a lot of wisdom, but also I have a very fucked up history with teeth. I really do. I used it because I do. I've got.
Yeah, you and me the same, matey.
I've had a history, and that history's caused the way you see the reflection. Besides what's in the teeth as well.
Because I noticed the teeth. Because fuck, teeth are a fucking story. Look after your teeth, young people. Look after your fucking teeth.
Brush
those goddamn teeth. Fucking floss them. Do everything.
Brush your teeth before you roll that joint.
Yes, before, not after, otherwise you're going to forget.
Floss every time you have a slowbo.
Then you think about sweets and not teeth.
Floss with a red Riz.
No, just say no to red Riz.
Yeah.
Guys,
just say no to Riz.
I'm not sure how it all works out in the end. You guys who were live with us, sorry about the hiccup, but I'm sure it worked out. Guys who watch us afterwards, it's all going to be seamless. So please like, subscribe, share.
Please help us along.
Thank you very much.
It is gaining a bit of traction, and thanks for being on the live feed. And
let's say highs before we cut. Hi to everyone. Jules, say hi to everyone.
That's Martin's doing this thing. His dream job is to be a bong pipe maker. So why don't you make a couple of prototypes, Martin, and we'll just test them out here if you like.
Yeah, that sounds like a solution right there.
Yeah, on most of the episodes, there's the post box number for all the kush. If you need products testing, we'll do it. We'll, under duress, send us your dabs and we'll check them out. Somebody's got to do it.
Someone has to.
Yeah, champagne problems, life shit, eh?
Yeah,
guys, stay lit.
Stay lit. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm going to do something. That one's really tasty.